pair of socks.
Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below.
Good evening.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm very tired, how are you?
Very tired after a long day. We are in a very rainy Donington Park. I did say good evening first, but I left the mic unmuted, so no one heard me. We're in Donington Park, Season 7, Round 2, Tier 1 of AOR's GT Fleetcast. It's going to be very, very wet. I am Rage F1. I'm joined, as always, by Saffzo. It's a very tired boy.
Geese.
Don't worry. I'll share the load. We'll be good.
At least I'm not a driver out there, otherwise I'd be tired and moist.
Tired and rather moist. I hope everyone enjoyed the new intro. I thought it was rather fancy.
Not fancy.
Yeah, we got a lovely look at the new sponsor, which I thought was absolutely fabulous. They're socks, did you know?
I didn't know there were socks. Talk more about it.
This has become a meme, isn't it? They're socks. They're fancy. They're for sim racers, you know. Someone said that they are very, very... Oh, definitely don't type in SimSick into Google. It is actually SimSock is who we are working with. We do have other sponsors, but these ones just, you know, make me feel warm inside. Strategically placed unique grips for cushioned heel and comfort during endurance events. Very nice. Breathable panels. And they also have a special Cool Max yarn that wicks away moisture with arch support built in. So no more feet slipping off the pedals. Well, you know... If you ever needed some socks, it even tells you which one's left and which one's right. The best thing about this, Saf, right? Every single person who wins in Season 7 to the champion gets themselves a pair of sim socks.
No.
I know, right? If you want to get yourselves your own pair of sim socks, just look in the description below. I think they're about £18. I think that's an absolute bargain for a set of socks. Why not? We are currently watching now McLaren Niels jumping around the circuit. I've got no idea what the courses, the circuit... corners are named around here. Any idea?
I've no clue.
I've not watched a lot of racing around Donington, to be quite honest. But I am very excited to see who's going to be quick in the wet. Straight out of the box, Malinowski putting out a 1:31.3. I'm sure that's going to get beaten. Luke Whitehead only 3 hundredths behind him, with Latz just a tenth back. I'll be very interested to see what the Bentleys do this afternoon. Can't see Mr. There he is, yeah. P14 for Black Gold Source. Siklari, the second place man of last week. He is in 6th position. This is going to be good. This is going to be good.
It is indeed. Even in the wet, there's only a second between the top 19. In the wet.
I mean, these guys are literally just sim drivers on crack. Going round Donington. Is it still simply Sausages Donington?
I believe so.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah.
Should we find out?
Yeah, no, I think it is.
I almost had sausages for dinner just because it was simply Sausages Donington for quite a while. I think they've since not renewed their sponsorship for simply Sausages Donington Park. Well, obviously, the meme that was in Top Gear of many moons ago. But let's go through the track then. So you've got Turn 1, which is called Redgate. Turn 2, unnamed. And you've got Craner Curves, the Old Hairpin, Starsky's Bridge, McLean's, Coppice. I've heard of that before. Starsky Straight. Who's Starsky? The S's, Melbourne Hairpin, and Good Odds. And then it's the Wheatcroft Straight. They're rubbish names. We should just call them all Kevin. We got enough Kevins.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Well, at least 2.
So last time out, let's go through what happened Paul Ricard, we had Kevin, obviously, Lewin, I'm going to say that, his nickname Sonic, went round the track, finished in first position, 100 points went to him. Siklari came across in second points, he was up 5 places from the start. He was followed by Luke Whitehead, and then Chorus was up 8 places, Malinowski was up 12, so those guys slightly off the pace. Let's have a look to see what's going on now, because we have dropped down a little bit. We've got Connor Wright in the Van Wall Sim Sport team, currently lapping round the fastest, 1:31 dead. Luca Vidlich doing a very, very good 1:31.164. These guys are so close. Saying that, though, yes, no, they are. I was going to say Malinowski did a 1:33 last time, so not as good. Who is on a lap at the moment who can watch from the get-go? We've got Luke Whitehead out currently.
Gold Star, I believe, is on the lap.
Shall we? Yes. He's just going through...
Why not?
Oh, and he's off. Back to Luke, I think.
Connor Wright also looks like they're either on an out lap or a flying lap at the moment. Vidlich as well. Vidlich is actually right behind Connor Wright. That could get interesting. In qualifying.
Siklari down in 9th, still hasn't put in a brilliant time. I heard that the Bentleys are quite hard round Simply Sausages Donington.
Well, at the moment, it seems it's very good for the Porsches so far.
Wet weather's always good for ducks and Porsches, it seems. They do look a bit like ducks.
And now that you point it out, I do actually see it, yeah.
Yep. Louis Fly also racing round in a duck. He's currently 18th position. 8/10 off the pace at the moment. Oh, we have Darren. Is it Darren King? He's in. Dal King's here. He wasn't here for the first race, but he's here now. I saw a brilliant video emerge over the weekend of Dal King causing absolute chaos in Monza. Getting a penalty for it and then complaining about why he got the penalty. It is rather funny. I'm sure you can find it on his YouTube. It made everyone in my Discord laugh quite a bit. So, Connor Wright coming out for another run. Oh, that's close with an Audi on the exit of the pit. I think he's all good. Who's currently on a lap? Let's stay with someone from the very beginning. We're on board with Luca Vidlich now. He's the endurance master, this man. I love the look of the FTW's paint scheme. Seems to be everyone towards the top end is running with FTW at the moment. You've got the FTW GTR just passing.
Also, I don't think you have the same issue, but I literally have no in-game audio. So
best way to do, go back to the garage and then drive again.
Okay. Still nothing.
Oof. Might be a rejoin, bud.
Right, I shall give it to you.
Right. Right. Literally right. Connor Wright in the lead still, on a lap. He's not up at the moment, but this man is. Luca actually just, as I say, that just goes down a couple of tenths and scraps his lap. Malinowski is up though. He's currently running round. That's a very nice looking Porsche. He's almost on the grass. He has got only 900ths to make up to get pole this afternoon. I always say it, qualifying runs out very quick. We've only got 4 minutes left. Kevin Lewin, last time's winner, he's running around in 9th. He's a couple of tenths up on his time, so we'll keep an eye on what he can do going into this final little flurry. They should have another run at it, not just this one. But we'll stay with Malinowski, Mr. Tortellini himself. He's letting people...
with the mozzarella cheese.
Yes, he's letting people pass, so he's definitely not on a fast one. Connor Wright is, though. He's just started a lap, and he's up massively, so we'll stay with him. So, the wet weather obviously doing very well for Aston Martins and Porsches, and Luke Whitehead apparently, and Ferraris. That Van Wall SimSport paint scheme looks epic, not gonna lie. So the Van Wall boys are coming off the bounce of a very good endurance result, second place in the GT4 in the 8 hours of Alton Park. If you joined us for that, you would have seen them battle round in a ridiculous car. They did 8 hours in the Maserati GT4. It's got no traction control, no ABS. Came second.
Bloody hell.
I mean, if they didn't have such a bad qualifying position, I say bad qualifying, they were in the top 10. If they didn't have if they got a better start, they would have definitely have challenged for the race win. He is currently on the bubble at the moment. He's not up. Malinowski is, though. He's up 3 tenths. So he's going to challenge yet. There you go. Connor Wright's getting out of it. Getting some heat back into those tyres. Malinowski then 4 tenths up now. And he's in a good part of the track as well. 5 tenths up. He's found so much time in the first sector. Just letting everyone enjoy the last sector of Malinowski absolutely battling with his Porsche, getting the most out of it. The track is improving, it seems, or at least people's tyres are. He is 5 tenths up. He's going to take pole by considerable margin here. Look at that, considering the gap back. Dropped a couple of tenths at the end there, but yeah, 3 tenths up from the guys behind. That is some lap to put in right at the very end. How are you getting on? Any sound still?
Nope, still trying to fix.
No sound. Is it in your actual sound settings?
For some reason, when I put the master volume up to 100%, I very, very slightly hear it. So there is sound. It's just unimaginably quiet.
It's like they're all tiny mice.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, okay. I should have checked that before anything else. It's on the wrong output device.
So you were playing it through your headphones instead
No,
of...
it was supposed to be playing through my headphones. It's currently playing through the speakers.
Got ya.
Yeah.
Easy mistake to make.
Yeah. I have audio.
I always do that with Discord. It seems to change it over, annoyingly.
Oh yeah, Discord was there on the place.
It'll do that to you.
At least that one, it's usually pretty easy. But this has never happened before. So.
We've got a minute left. Yes, Honda in 4th. Well, Nico doing amazing job. This guy was my favourite guy last week, getting round in the Honda. Obviously does very well in the wet. We were on board there with Luke Whitehead doing a very, very good job. He's 2 tenths up, coming into the final sector. This is going to put him probably maybe 3rd or so. Might even be 2nd. I don't think he's got enough for 2nd, but we'll see. He does improve. 3rd position then. So Luke was 3rd last time out in the race. Pops his car on 3rd. Interesting enough, though, both Bentleys look way down. Black Gold Saw, Ciclari, all really, really far down. But that Honda, look, Nico doing an absolutely sterling job. Got himself into 5th position at the end there. But no more running for those boys by the looks of things. Who is currently still running? We've got Dennis Latz, 3 tenths up. So massive time being found in the Aston Martin in the latter end of this session. All right, qualifying is over. People putting in the final times. Lots of people jumping off the track and onto the grass because they don't want to impede anyone on this final session. But Dennis Latz, he's still a 10th up. He's lost a bit of time in that middle sector. We've got Danila also on a lap still. We'll stay with these guys until they cross over. I think we're done, though, for P1. Malinowski, followed by Connor Wright, then by Luke. So Latz finishes. I think some of these guys are still out. Luka Vidalik, it shows that he's still out, but I'm not sure he is. He says that he's still out on a lap. He's on the bubble, not massive amounts of time in hand. So we'll keep an eye, see what he can do. He's actually just clicked down, actually. Black Gold Saw also still on a lap, so we'll follow him round as well. Oh, he's in his proper colours now. It's good to see him. I think Black Gold Saw's actually a little bit further down the lap, so he will go over the checkered flag before Luca. And he has done 9th.
Luca's down on his lap, about 2 tenths as he comes to the line. And it's not an improvement.
Nope. So there's your grid. Malinowski, Mr. Tortellini, followed by Connor Wright, then Luke Whitehead, Luka Vidalik in 4th. What a performance from Nico. Getting himself into 5th position in a Honda. And then we've got Ryan McIntosh, Nico Solman, Kevin Lewin, Black Gold Saw, Dominic Goltz rounding out the top 10. Canna Beach, Dennis Latz, Danila Chibirman, and then we've got Kevin Ciclari. That's a bit of a surprise. All the way down in 14th position. He was second position last time out. Louis Selch, and then new boy to the grid here, Atta Aidogan. We met him on Saturday doing the endurance. Louis Fly in 19th, Alex Torregrossa in 20th. And then we've got Julian Vanbrugh, Jordan Sones. We've got Melitic in 23rd, Samir Foch in 24th, Samanansky in 25th, Hugo Merhes in 26th, Primasand in 27th, Dow King all the way down in 28th. We might have a quick start to this, by the way, because they might only not do the formation lap. Gillian Hardenberg in 29th, Marlon Andrade in 30th, David Martinez in 31st, Valentin Chorus in 32nd. For Valentin Chorus, that's a surprise. Andy van der Velde in 33rd, Anthony Fernandez in 34th, Marcel Kleinschmidt down in 35th, and Mike Verman also in 36th. Some boys really not. We got more. Kieran Prendergast, we haven't seen him this far down ever. 37th position for him. Kevin Niels, oh blimey, he's all the way down in 38th, and then Ola Pitik in 39th, and that does round out the grid. Some big names right down the bottom. The wet weather really setting them apart, it seems.
Well, it's usually called the big equalizer. It seems to be the big randomizer today.
Yep, definitely. We've got some people up here we've not seen up here before. The likes of Nico Ull and Ryan McIntosh. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We have got the normal names towards the top. Black Gold Saw, Canna Beach. Dennis Latz has got himself reasonably far. But yeah, big surprise of the session for me is that Honda. Wow.
Yeah, that is very impressive to get that car that high up. But the question is, can they keep that up in the race? Or is it just a fluke in qualifying?
I mean, if you've got the car there on pace, there's got to be a reason you've got it there. Yeah, it does look like we're going to have a quick start, by the way. It looks like it's just round the corner and off. We're not starting on the grid, as you can see. So don't get caught out. I think it will be an easy, quick run.
I believe it was the same in France last week, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It caught us out quite a lot, didn't it? Yeah, never mind. We're all good. And we do have a little bit of information here about the teams. I do like some of these names of these teams. Drip Ganassi, which I think is a really good name. FTW Racing Teams 1 and 2, H3, Pitbull Racing, PRS Motorsport, SDL Esports, RT93 Esports, SOP Motorsport, Team Shazoo in Tier 1. That is very good to see. Vanwell Sim Sport 1 and 2 also got drivers here, which is great. Seeing lots of people being supported by teams. Shazoo, though, big shout out to them. SOP, obviously, always up here. Drip Ganassi, though. What? That's great. Good stuff. I got access to a bit more information this week, so we can hopefully give lots of people an insight into what goes on. But 100 points up for grabs, and also the chance to get yourself a set of sim socks, mate.
Did you just say sim sock?
Did someone just say socks that you wear just for sim racing?
Oh, I think someone did. It sounds like something I'd want.
To be fair, not taking anything away from SimSock, it does actually sound like quite a cool thing to wear.
It does. I mean,
Who,
from
do you
what you
race
said earlier,
in your socks?
Pardon?
Do you race in your socks?
Yes.
Exactly. Sorry, you were going to say.
From what you were saying, actually sounds like it has more features than most racing wheels.
It does, doesn't it? Definitely more than mine. All I've got is up and down and some buttons, which I always forget what they do. Do you ever do that? You map the buttons on your wheel and completely forget where your windscreen wipers are? All the time.
No, I usually remember all my buttons.
Right, well, can't be all perfect. Malinowski, followed by the host of Porsches, Conor Wright, Luke Whitehead, not in Porsches, but Luca Weidlich is. Let's not get caught out then. We'll go in the helicam. Looks like Conor Wright almost got a little bit caught out there by the start, but Malinowski is going to lead away this pack very quickly. So we, man, there's going to be incidents going down.
Yeah.
There's down that hill is going to be, it's going to be carnage.
I think just every heavy braking zone we need to be careful of.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep my eyes on that Honda, see what it can do.
Yeah.
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 Lots of people shouting out what's going to happen. Fernandez, go Anthony Fernandez. Indeed. We're about to go green. It's a long old run. And we are green. Right. Malinowski's got himself an absolutely sterling lead. Conor Wright's being challenged already by Luke Whitehead and Weidelich. We're going to follow this train down because I don't want to miss anything that's happening a little bit further down.
The Honda Nico Uhl is lost out to Ryan McIntosh in the Porsche. So already positioned down for the Honda, but
oh, it's a huge crash! Huge crash at the start. There's all of the cars involved. Literally all of them.
Oh, and there's a spin. That's a Bentley and a McLaren is spun. That's caused a big pile-up. 4 cars involved. Oh,
I can't
if the
find
driver
them.
didn't put on the brakes.
I've lost them all.
It's Saklari is one of them.
Saklari is involved. Okay, let's see if I can get with him. There you go. He's still off the track.
Yeah. Saklari was actually the main starter that he spun, and then another McLaren spun. They both pretty much caused a roadblock. 2 others got involved. And that is, I believe, 2 big incidents literally in the first half of the first lap.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I saw the incident at the back end, which looked just horrendous. There was so many cars.
Oh, yellow flag. That's Canna Beach.
It looks like lots of people have managed to sort themselves out after that incident. Just trying to get through the grid a little bit here. I think we're going to have to just resume normal kind of viewing. Well, we saw Saklari being caught up in that crash, at least I think the second part. I think there was 2 crashes that happened within that. Someone's in. Who's that? The pit will show. It's Nico Solman. That's an early start. I was told there might be...
It must be for damage.
Well, it could be for damage, but also, apparently, these tyres go a long time. Like
oh,
a
so you
long
could already
time.
be getting the pit stop out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Get some clean air.
Yeah, get some clean air. You can start putting in some good quality laps. But obviously, you're going to have a really heavy car. Well, no, you can't refuel anyway.
One chorus is in.
Yeah, Valentin really loves an alternate strategy, doesn't he, Chorus? So yeah,
Selch,
not surprised.
Kleinschmidt, Niles, Veerman, Darren King has come in, Saklari and Martinez. A lot of pitters on the first lap of this 1 hour long race.
I mean, I'm not entirely surprised that lots of people decide to come in.
Simply shook.
And people saying in the chat it was a normal start then. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just to give you an idea what it's like driving one of these things in these conditions, we're on board with my boy, Nico Uhl, in the Honda, in the 68. You can see the spray you get from the cars, especially when you're following close. A little bit of lag in the server too. It looks like from McIntosh. A lot of these guys driving from all over the world, so a little bit of desync coming into it. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. But keeping that Honda right up as close as he is really, really impressive. Good stuff. But he has fallen down a couple of places, hasn't he? Oh, people exiting the pit lane very perilously.
Oh. That was Lewis Selch coming out in 37th.
I mean, unfortunately, it is a perilous pit exit. It always causes incidents.
And someone else who has come out pretty much a lap behind in this is Mike Veerman in 36, and there's a yellow flag at the first corner.
Yep, I can't see who it is. They keep going past them.
At Adegan.
Oh no, it's his first drive.
That's a new driver, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw him off, but I couldn't quite catch him. You know, when you're going down the list, it doesn't update straight away. One of those guys who came in, Darren King, he's still in the pit. He's coming out now.
He's just come out.
Good stuff. Yeah, still a lot of people in the pit. One of those guys still in the pit, Black Goldsaw.
I believe they would have come in at the end of the second lap, wouldn't they?
Well, he's off and going now. That was a long old pit stop, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where are the leaders? Where have they gone to? They're coming up to last corner.
Yeah.
Last corners. And actually coming up to lap, Kevin Saklari ahead of them. So there could be a lot of overlapping in this race. I mean, there already has been. So Conor Wright is staying very close to the back of that Porsche. Question is, which one of them is going to pull the trigger? Are any of the front runners going to pull that very, very early pit stop?
This is one of these situations that's just gonna unfold much further on down the line. We might see someone scamper past when these boys decide to do their pit stop, but Whether they come unstuck towards the end with the tyre life, I've been told at least that the wet tyres do hang on, so some of these guys might be able to hang on, you know, with a very early stop, and we've seen it already. Who's the leader of the stoppers at the moment?
That is a good question.
I guess it must be Solman, because he was the first one we saw come in.
Solman, then Chorus, then Goldsaw, then Pitchick, then Kleinschmidt, Martinez, Seclari, Veerman, Zelch, King, Hardenberg, and Niles.
Yeah. So whether these guys are, it's going to be a long old and quite lonely few laps, isn't it, until they catch up. Lots of people in the pit already. Again, Merlers, Van der Waal, Adogan, Solman. No, someone's come out. Prendergast in the pit. So we'll keep an eye, see when those guys come out. But yeah, interesting. Split strategies already. We'll see what happens if there's going to be some major changes going on. I hope not. I think we should be okay.
Is there anyone coming out of the pits? There is someone. Who's that? No, they... Ooh, actually, they might cause troubles. Ah, it's Atta Edigan.
Whereabouts has Atta worked his way out to be after all this? Well, he's P31, but I think he's probably going down.
Yeah, P31.
DRL Fast Play Wildcats.
Prendergast has a stop-go 30-second penalty.
This will be for the incident, and he's actually off. He's gone back to pit. That might be...
Is that retirement?
I don't know, because he might be doing his stop and go, but if he does that, he'll have to wait for 2 minutes before doing it. So if that is a stop and go, that might be a I'm out of the car and I'm actually stopping and going. You're done. So we'll keep an eye, see if he actually does come out of the pit again, but that looks a little terminal to me, to be honest. And look at this, Malinowski coming round to lap Ciclari, which is pretty crazy considering what happened last time out in Paul Ricard. Yeah, this is what happens, I guess, when you have an incident in the first lap. It's anyone's race, isn't it, when these kind of conditions, especially around Donington. You know, a race like Paul Ricard, everyone kind of knows what's going on. Everyone knows the track. It's been in the game for a long old time. Everyone's up to speed with what's going on. And then you throw in the mix a track like Donington, where some people aren't as up to speed as others. At least they're fast, but they don't know the nuances, especially in the wet. It can throw up a few surprises, and we definitely saw some. Nico Uhl still in 6th position then. He's managing to stick with this little pack of Porsches and the Ferrari of Luke Whitehead. Connor Wright dropping back slightly for Malinowski, showing his class. Almost got a second gap from Connor. But he's holding on.
Flag at the last corner. Someone's jumped into the pits. Who was that? Was that? I think that may have been Mills, down in 35th. So it was a yellow flag at the last corner, and then whoever that was teleported to the pits.
Jumped straight in.
Yeah.
Have we still got Kieran in the pit? It looks like we do. I think that is probably game over for him. Hugo Möllers is in the pit as well. Okay, interesting. Right, well, let's have a look, see if we've got any scraps going on, because I've been not really looking at the gaps going back. Looks like we've got a gap half a second or so between 5th and 6th. So maybe let's concentrate on what's going on around about there. That is with Uhl and McIntosh. Yeah.
McIntosh is actually closer to Violich than Uhl is to McIntosh.
Oh, he's going for a move.
That's
it's a blue. It's a blue flag. Sorry, getting excited. That's the new guy Atta, isn't it? Getting out of the way.
Yeah.
So it's Ryan McIntosh, isn't it? Drip Ganassi car. That's why. He's in the Ford colours. It's the meme car. Good team.
Wow. And winner of last race, Kevin Leon, is going to be coming up to that lap down car soon. Also, Kieran has left the race.
I thought that was terminal.
Yeah.
Got the stop and go. I mean, if you get a penalty like that, and the weather conditions are as what they are, and you know you're going to be around the bottom, and you're probably not going to get any points, it's probably, close up shop, come back next week kind of time, isn't it?
Not much point, is there?
Yeah. Nico all going sideways through that little section. Got Porsche followed by Porsche. followed by Honda, followed by Porsche. Kind of. It's out as a lap down. You got it's Kevin, isn't it? Followed by Kevin.
Yep.
Lots of Kevins. Many Kevins. The Kevin League.
Many Kevins. Ooh. Andrade is in.
Was that Andrade and Solman changing places? Or is he in?
No, Andrade came into the pits.
Ah, okay. Well, that's interesting then. It does give you a kind of idea of getting that pit done. That's 11 seconds he's dropped down from Nico Solman. He probably wasn't that much further down than Nico Solman, because Nico came in from about, what, maybe 10th or so? Yeah. Andrade was about 15th, 20th, somewhere around there, towards the back end of the grid. So 11 seconds being out and in, you know, traffic, driving around, that's how much the gap is. So Nico Solman could actually throw an absolute blinder here and get right up towards the front end of the pack by doing this stop. So Andrade's followed by Chorus and then by Black Gold Saw, all very close. We've almost got two races in one, haven't we? We're going to see two kind of strategies almost unfold in front of us. We've got this front-running set of guys with really Malinowski and Connor Wright have kind of run away. But it's Whitehead, Weidelich, McIntosh and Uhl. And then also you've got Nico Solman, followed by Chorus and Black Gold Saw. Again, all the very, very similar names, all fighting out for top positions. Unfortunately, Ciclari has been mugged of being able to compete in that, and he is right down the bottom because of the incident at the beginning. It would be nice to know who caused that incident right at the very beginning.
I can have a go at replay.
Yeah, I think it was just after turn one. Everyone getting caught up going down the hill, as we thought it would happen. And yeah, just absolute carnage.
I shall have a look for Zetas. I don't think there's awfully much going on at the moment.
No, gaps are similarly kind of starting to calm down a little bit. Kevin Lewin's doing a very good job. He's half a second back from Nico. He's actually closing down on the Honda. This will be a good little fight to see. Honda versus McLaren. In a dry set, this is probably not really much competition, but with the wet, it kind of throws up some other unique challenges. A lot of damage on the front of Kevin's car. Going to have to keep in mind. That's not going to be helping his case. Oh, look how... I did say he was sliding earlier on, Nico, but he was really sliding going through the fast left and right-hander. And Kevin's got a great run on him here. He might have a go up into this braking zone, but really hard defense from Nico. Kevin's going to have to wait until he gets a better run. It's really hard to overtake in that spot, but the McLaren has got lots more speed at this stage. Even with that front end damage, I think he's going to have a real trouble keeping him behind. And that is a slower car getting out the way. Dark Synth team running very slowly off. Wonder who that is. We've got nearly 40 cars running around. It's very hard, especially we've got quite a few new boys in here to remember absolutely everyone, even if they do have very good paint schemes. So current championship leader then, hunting down the NSX of Nico Uhl.
So I have confirmation of what started the big incident at the back of lap 1. It was a collision between car 99 and car 8. 99 and 8.
So car 99 I think's disappeared. That's probably Prendergast. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's Dejan Meletic. Car 8.
It's a Ferrari.
Is Samir Foch. Or Foch.
Yeah, so those two collided, and
yep.
Then 23 just got on the grass, spun around their car. Darren King got collected by that, and then big crash. Okay, so 23 does a fair few spins, and then gets hit by who's the next one to hit him? It's car 66, spins him around a bit more. 13 then hits him while he's still spinning. Car 10 gets a bit of a tap, and then Prendergast runs into the McLaren as it starts to stop spinning. I assume because he couldn't have time to put on the brakes. And that is about as much as I could entail from that. And then there was the Seclari crash after that.
Okay.
Which we have a bit more of an idea about anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll see what happens with the penalties quite soon. Oh my God, that's a lunge and a half from Kevin Lewin. That's almost either Nico Uhl went deep, went quite wide into the final corner. He's got a good drive though. Look at, you can't see a thing through that windscreen. You can tell that he's not racing in the car. He'll be on the bonnet because he's not got any windscreens mapped. So you can't see a thing going out the front of that car. So we'll come off that view. But this is all kind of giving advantage to Dennis Latz in the Van Roel car behind, because he is closing the gap quite quickly to these boys. Nico Uhl then struggling a little bit in the Ferrari since that gap's opened up. And he's getting quite a lot of pressure. Dominic Goltz very close to Vanbrugh. Oh, we've got a spin! Nico spun! Just going through the really fast part. That's a weird place to spin. Got to be careful, get the car back onto the track. That's going up the hill, isn't it? Before the third sector. Oh, yep. Jesus, you've got to be careful joining the track like that. Okay. There's a very strange place to join the track, but never mind.
And that's put them down to 14th when they were, what, about 5th?
Yeah.
6th?
Not good. If I was Nico, I would probably come in and get my pit done and maybe see what happens after that. Okay, never mind. Right. There's my hopes and dreams gone. Malinowski currently running away with it. He's got 1.9 seconds back from this boy, Connor Wright, who's doing an absolutely sterling job, but slightly losing touch with Malinowski. Tortellini seems to be running away with it. Luke Whitehead then is passing lap traffic here that's going off the track, finding Narnia and joining again. Unsafely it seems, but joining all the same. And then we've got Luca Weidlich, Ryan McIntosh, Kevin Lewin, who's just come out of that scrap with Dennis Latz hot on his heels. And let's stay with Latz then, see what Latz can do. Because he's looking very racy behind these boys. He is inside the car. You can see he's got the windscreen wipers flapping around like absolute madmen, trying to disperse all of that liquid. There's a lot of liquid today, isn't there?
Yeah.
Do you like some liquid with your Simply sausages?
No.
No?
No.
Even brown gravy liquid?
No, definitely not.
Really? You don't have liquid? You don't have gravy with your sausages?
No.
What? Ketchup?
Sometimes.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Apparently there's a big battle going on for P15. Well, I'm so sorry we've missed it, but Anthony Fernandez, let's have a look seeing what's going on. There is a big battle, actually. It is Pri Masand and Samanowski. Looks like they are all fighting quite hard for position. There's battles going on all the way down the grid. We can't, unfortunately, keep in touch with all of them. Just in the GT3 1.5 race that we've got going on in 21st, Nico Solman, Black Gold Saw and Andrade are still very close to each other, but Nico Solman's pulled a big gap. Black Gold Saw's dropped back a little bit, so maybe something went on because Chorus was in there and he's dropped back a little bit, so there might have been some action in the other part of the race that
Kevin Leon has a 15-second penalty.
Oh, okay, so they're coming in. Guide us through what the deal is.
I am just trying to find the penalty. Race control. 15-second penalty for car 27 for causing a moderate collision with 2 license points.
Who's that?
It was lap 1, turn 10. That is Kevin Leon.
Ah, okay. Ooh, okay. So
and that was with 88. That, I believe, is Goldsaw.
So Kevin Lewin is car 27. You sure he's got the right guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So he's got the... Yeah, you can see it on the screen. I should look. Yeah, so he's got the penalty then. So he had the incident with Black Goldsaw. And then Goldsaw then obviously started the chain reaction that caused absolute carnage. Okay, moving on. Have we got any others that have come up?
There was a racing incident. So the 99 and 8 incident that I mentioned is a racing incident.
Okay.
And then another unseen incident between Leon and Goldsaw is a 15-second penalty. I will try and find what that's about because I don't think we've seen
Okay.
Unless I'm blind or have a bad memory.
Yeah, there is it was definitely a battle going on a little bit further back down the grid. Looks like we probably just missed a little bit of it, so I'm very sorry. Dijan Meltik in the DMI Customs AMG Mercedes is trying to get onto the back of Semanansky in a very pink Ferrari. Saw bullied per usual. Someone's got to bully him. I mean, good old bullying never goes wrong with anyone, does it?
It depends who you talk to.
Depends who you talk to. Okay. Well, a little bit of automotive bullying.
It depends what franchise you're in. Anyway.
Right. I mean, you can bully me for a pair of sim socks.
Certainly.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
No more moist toes when you've got a pair of those bad boys on. They wick away the sweat, don't you know?
Oh, do they?
They do. Arch support as well.
I've spotted what happened between Kevin and Goldsaw. It was just Kevin going for a very large dive at the turns, then hairpin, outbroke himself, used Goldsaw as a brake, spun both of them round.
Oh, okay.
And Goldsaw lost out.
Right.
So yeah, that is a worthy penalty in my opinion.
Okay. Right, well, let's have a little look back up towards the top
Leon's
end.
in the pits to serve it.
Yes, gets in and does it quite quickly by the looks of things. So
Behind Solman.
let's have a look.
Behind Goldsaw, behind Andrade. He's in 23rd.
Yeah, falling all the way down. Kevin Louis, whereabout? I can't see him because it's not updating very quickly. So he's served his penalty and he's done his pit stop. So, as we said, the boys that pitted early, Black Goldsaw, Andrade, Solman, all running away. I think Black Goldsaw must have had a little spin in the middle part of that session that we've missed. Unfortunately.
That was what I just mentioned.
Yeah, it must have been something. I was obviously joking about the bullying, guys. Come on. Someone in the chat going, wow.
2 more people have come into the pit, Masand and Torgrosa.
That's interesting. Right, let's have a little look. Prima Sand, Alex Torgrosa coming into the pit. Ah, it's the camel liveried Bentley. It's a good Bentley. It's a good livery. I want to see if there's going to be any incidents going on with these top boys and when they're going to decide to pit, because the pit window is very much open. Luka Weidelich is only half a second, if not closer now, to Whitehead. So we're on board. Canna Beach is also very close to Vanbrugh, so we'll keep an eye on that. I think some of these boys might come into pit soon. It's never good to be racing around really close behind someone like this. You're going to lose so much time. Who's going to be the first of these top boys to come in and pull the trigger for the pit?
That is a very good question. Possibly Weidelich.
There you go.
Just as I say it.
Yep. I thought it would be interesting for some of these guys to come in and do the pit stop. Who's that coming in behind? That's...
Latz.
Is it Latz? Good.
Yep.
That's Latz.
And I believe Dennis was very close to Leon, wasn't he?
So this is going to be very
Kevin
interesting. Yes, what's it called? Whereabouts is that? Solman, this is who we need to get onto. Need to see whereabouts he is, because he's going to be coming out roughly around the same kind of place as we've got some of these top boys, because they were roughly on the same kind of pace. So let's see whereabouts he comes out when this pit's all said and done for Weidelich and Latz. Whether it's got him that gap that he's earned.
Fly also came in, as did Vanbrugh. Weidelich has just been released. Solman has just come around the last corner.
Yep. Indeed, we can see him. I think he's going to have him done.
Solman's ahead.
That's the gap that it gets you. Really good stuff. Nico Solman then soaring up.
And Weidelich was 4th, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. So this is probably 3rd or 2nd this might get him during this very early stop. That's what I mean. Very surprised to see some of the other cars falling back a little bit. Black Goldsaw, Andrade and Chorus all a little bit further off the pace. Be interesting to have a little conversation with them afterwards to see what happened.
Malinowski and Wright having come in. Whitehead stays out as well. McIntosh comes in to, I assume, to respond to Weidelich.
Weidlich will probably get the jump on him. And that Bentley's been in there for a long time. I'm assuming they're
That's
done.
Niles, and they've been in there for a while.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're done. Okay. Lots of cars peeling into the pits now. That's Fernandez and Cannabeach and Miltic all coming in to serve their pit stops. Semenansky going for another run. So Malinowski then still yet to pit. Got 3 seconds to Connor Wright. So this is where the next part we're going to see here is what happens when these very, very top guys come in to see if Solman's managed to jump them.
Well, he's by far jumped the Macintosh, but the question is, where is Macintosh is far behind Weidlich. Far behind. So the undercut is very, very powerful. So that Solman's probably going to be getting at least 4th, if not 3rd, in this race.
I think so. Very powerful is the undercut. So Connor Wright's in the pit.
Yeah,
Connor's in the pit.
About to say. Whitehead also comes in.
Interesting.
What about McLaren Niels?
He is going for another one. Yep, going for another one. Malinowski then doesn't seem to be too bothered about all of this. This is the interesting part now to see whereabouts on track Nico Solman is. So he's going through the chicane. Oh, I think he's going to be behind. This is going to be really close. I don't think he's got enough in the tank to get that close.
We'll have to wait and see. Yellow flag. Clearance, so must have been someone going wide. Wright's already been released. Yeah, I think Wright's going to jump him like quite a bit, so he's not going to get second. Ooh, he has jumped Whitehead by quite a bit as well.
So this is net 3rd then. Should be.
Yep, it is net 3rd.
But he's just got to hold on to it now. There you go. Updates itself as they go through the first stint. So it's Nico Solman from
Malinowski's in.
Luca Weidlich, then Luke Whitehead. Luca jumped Luke in that. And McIntosh, I know he come in to serve the stop because Weidlich did. That's not helped him. He's been jumped by Luke as well. And you say Malinowski in the pit. So the current leader.
So is McLaren Niels.
There you go. We see McLaren Niels coming in too.
Then the Aston Martin's coming. Galt still stays out. What about Hubert in the Ferrari? Ferrari stays out. So there are 2 people still needing to pit within this race, and then we should have the correct order. So the question is, has Connor Wright got a jump on Malinowski?
I'm not sure. I think Malinowski's going to hold on to it. He had such a gap. We'll join from the fail camp.
Yeah, Malinowski's coming out onto track now.
And that's Connor just behind, isn't it? We can see him in the distance. But Connor should close up because of the tyre.
And Malinowski has just had to lap Louis Fly. But that hasn't cost him too much time so far.
So that's amazing, isn't it? Coming in from 1st and coming out in 3rd place. No sweat for Malinowski. Semenensky and Goltz are the only guys out there without a pit at the moment, then you said, yep.
Yep.
So that's probably going to change quite soon. I can't see them staying out for too much longer. It's just going to cause them so many problems later on. I think that is the battle for the pit stints pretty much done, and the big winner is Nico Solman.
Yeah, by far. I mean, where did you say he was about 10th or so?
Yeah, roughly, maybe 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there. Didn't see exactly, but he was at the back end of that pack of McLarens that involved just before we had the Honda of Ull. So it was around that kind of area. So a little bit further out, but managed to get himself up into what will be third, wouldn't it? Yeah, great jump. But I think he's going to come under threat from Vidalich and Whitehead towards the end. So we should have some fireworks from some of the top boys later on. We've got a little bit of action going down here. Kevin Lewin's getting very close, as is Andrade and Pichik. Pichik getting very close. Oh, wrong camera, sorry. There we go. Actually fallen back a little bit from Andrade. I think he got a bit too close going through the chicane. Oh, they are right there together.
Cuba now the only one who is not pit in the entire field. And Malinowski is sitting pretty comfortable up top. Just needs to make sure not to make any mistakes. Should be literally sailing home.
Ryu said Solomon was 6th when he came into the pit, so he netted himself 3 positions. Thank you for being very observant where we went.
A lot to gain from pit stops.
Huge gain from pit stops. Marlon Andrade then, I think he got mugged there by Ole Pichik. He's got a bit of damage on the front end of the car. Decided not to fix it in the pit window. He's going to come under threat, I think, soon from the Honda. Considering that Honda's been spun round once, he's in P17 with some quite fast boys. It's not too bad, but yeah. Some of the big names here losing out a little bit, so I'd like to know what happened to Chorus. P4 car, number 4 car, sorry. Because he was right there with Solomon.
I could have a check if he was involved in any of the lap 1 incidents.
He was involved in, that's why he came in early, so it must have been roughly around lap 7 or 8. Maybe a little bit earlier.
And you said it was car 8?
His car 4.
Oh, car 4. Right.
Yeah, car number 4. He's currently 18th at the moment, but he should be well up there, because he was right with Black Gold Saw and Nico Solomon. Because we were both quite surprised to see those cars, because it was like the second race that was going on in a different strategy. Big chain going on down the back of the track there. Canna Beach is involved, as always. Always loves the scrap. Behind Julian Vanbrugh. Melitic behind, but not close enough to threaten. But Canna Beach is definitely on the charge here. He's probably going to get the move done soon, but it's quite hard to overtake in these conditions. Made a slight mistake there. He's got Dijan right behind, so he can't make too many of those. Otherwise, he's going to fall foul.
Okay, and I can actually confirm Chorus had an amazing lap 1.
Chorus had a what?
Chorus had an amazing lap 1, going from 32nd to 19th on the first lap. He had a mega start.
Andrade's got himself a 5-second penalty.
Ooh. Yes, that has come up. Oh, this is a new one. 5-second penalty for car 742 for dangerous driving.
Wow, okay.
And a license point, that is lap 1, turn 4. So I assume that would have been, that might have been the one involving Scolari.
Probably, yeah.
So have a quick double check on the replay again. Yeah, that was involving 7, 8, and 742.
Okay, so 7, 8. So 7 is Taragrossa, 8 is Foch, and 742, I'm assuming is Andrade, if he involves him, yeah. There's so many races going on this race, it's really hard to kind of keep up what's going on. We want to bring you all the action if we can. But we seem to be missing a little bit of it, so I'm very sorry. So all did get past Andrade, that was quite quick. So Andrade really carrying quite a big penalty. He's struggling with pace a little bit, and he's going to have to come in, which is never good. He's got Chorus very close behind.
And I've just seen what that 5-second penalty for is. Basically just ramming into the back of car 8, spinning them round.
Okay.
And that's about has been. Nothing else actually happened on that first lap.
It's good battles going on towards the back end of this grid. I think lots of people are all out of place and are all a little bit at sea because of the weather. It's not really playing to anyone's strengths at the moment. This battle, though, with Canna Beach and Militech is going on, and it's continuing. It's going on for quite a while now. Neither of them making mistakes. I did see Dijon running over the chicane slightly before joining safely, which is good. But these guys very close now. We might see a change of position. Danila is looking very close to the back of Luynes as well, so we might have to jump around, see if we can see any changes here. 2 tenths back, but I think that's probably just eked out a little bit now. And we'll stay back with the Canna Beach battle because this involves 3 cars. Canna Beach looking like he's a little off pace this season. He was right up there last time. He's 22nd at the moment, but he might have got caught up at the beginning madness that saw a lot of people having to jump off into the grass. But we said that about quite a few drivers, haven't we? You know, we've got Lewis Fly quite far down, Darren King quite far down. I don't think that's any fault of their own. You know, Chorus in P18. These guys last time were all running around towards the top. Dominic Goltz in 12th. That's around about where he was last time. But yeah, interesting to see the shake-up of drivers this season.
Definitely, especially in this race, as the leader Hubert's finally come into the pits, meaning everyone is now in the positions they should be in terms of pit stops. Also, I believe at the moment, Whitehead would take the lead of the championship if things finish as they are now.
That's very interesting, yeah, because Ciclari is well out of it at the moment. Malinowski got himself up to roughly about 5th or so the last race.
Exactly 5th.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, that's completely understandable. Luke Whitehead will come away with quite a few points because he got 3rd last time out and then 1st here. Yeah, he'll jump massively because Kevin is nowhere to be seen. Whereabouts is Kevin?
I have no idea.
I can't actually see him at the moment. Oh, Canna Beach and Vanbrugh still fighting here. Upper half of the grid is devoid of any action. Lower half of the grid is full of battles. Exactly. Yeah. Battles going on anywhere. I think this, I wish it was reversed. I don't mind, to be fair. These guys are so good and the grid is so close. Battles throughout the grid is just as fun as battles at the top of the grid. It looks like this afternoon, though, you need to bring oars with you to go to battle because it's that wet. Vanbrugh defending hard before getting into the braking zone. Canna Beach almost thinking about sending out the inside, but he's going to have to wait. Very, very close. Sorry.
Also, you reminded me it's actually Malinowski who'd be taking lead, not Whitehead.
Oh, okay.
Because I forgot the massive points that the leaders get.
Yeah, 100 points, isn't it? I think the next one back is 88, isn't it? Something like that?
It's 100, 90, 81, 73, 66, 60.
Yeah, so it's a huge amount of points. Canna Beach is so close here on Vanbrugh. There's going to be fireworks in a minute. That or tears, probably both. I love it how much curb-ish, or I should say pit lane exit that these guys use going into turn 1. It's great. I feel an incident coming. Definitely, I can feel it in my loins. It's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't. I want to see a nice, like, good old round the outside incident with no touching. Maybe just slight hugging. A little bit of a brush.
A little bit of a tip-tap.
A little tip-tap here and there. I want a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton turn 1 Catalonia style thing.
Ah, yes, that would be quite nice.
Yeah, rather nice. Did you watch any of the F3 racing?
I did not.
Go and watch the F3 race. It's hilarious. Literally, there was a crash for the lead. I think 3 times. It was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Canna Beach might be serving your outside move wish.
Oh, there was a tap. There was a rub. We're good.
It was a tip tap.
This is what we want to see.
Got a better exit.
They're giving us exactly what we want to see, Saf. Little tip taps.
Tip tap.
Tip taps and rubs.
Tip tap rubbing.
Nice.
Ooh, bit of a tip tap on the rear. And we've got another penalty.
Okay.
5-second penalty for car 19 for dangerous driving. Again, lap 1, turn 4.
Okay, so this is all the stuff happening that caused all the issues. Canada Beach going up the inside then through the final corner. There's some more tip-taps going down the back straight. I think Vanborough's going to have the corner, but he's going to be really, really, really hampered going down the straight, though, because he's not got a good entrance to this corner. So Canada Beach, if he's smart, he'll cut back on him. This is helping Miltic.
Watch out for Dejan.
Yep, good defence here from Vanborough. But yeah, almost putting him into the back. Oh, Canada Beach, you do not want to be overtaking there. It's the fastest part of the track. Very close, but good racing, and it's fair. This is what we want to see. Dejan must be licking his lips here. You can smell blood.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to be hoping for a crash between these two. Boom. 3-2 position to him also. Oh, as Canada Beach goes down the inside, has this finally moved it? Yeah.
That's moved
didn't
done.
Have a good exit.
Good stuff.
Is Dejan going to have a go? No, not quite close enough.
Siklari.
It wouldn't have mattered if Canada Beach got past a lot, because Vanbrugh is the one who got the 5-second penalty.
Okay. Maybe that's why I made it easier for him. But I was just about to say, you've got Siklari making his way back through the field. Because of all these battles, it's helped him close the gap, which is good to see. Getting himself up into a few more points is going to help his championship hopes. Coming away with a second last week. He needs all the points he can get to keep the championship alive. Rio saying, how about explosions? I mean, yes, why not? It's a bit too wet for explosions.
Oh.
Can you imagine if they added in an explosion pack?
I think people would be messing around with it.
They just call it the... No, I won't say it. Everyone knows what I'm thinking. Malinowski still leading. Connor Wright in second position. Nico Solman in third. Luca Vidalik in fourth. Fifth place is Luke Whitehead, followed by Macintosh Latz and McLaren Niels. He is going to be racing round, not McLaren Niels, the other man, Mr. Fire himself. He's going to be racing around a McLaren soon, isn't he? A Mercedes.
Is he?
Yes. I can't remember where. Can't remember where he said he's going to do it. I'm thinking Silverstone, but I could be wrong. Because do you remember all of the shouting about, oh, you know, we'll give you a test in the car so you can say goodbye to Formula One properly. After his fiery incident that everyone knows.
Yes, I didn't actually pick up your one about Grosjean. I thought you were on about one of the racers in this race.
Oh, no.
I'm very confused.
We were talking about explosions. So
there
we go.
Okay, yes, yeah, the link has been made.
There we go. I didn't want to say Grosjean-esque. But yeah.
Anyway. Also, Canada Beach is flying away now with that free air.
Canada Beach loves a bit of air. Nico Ull is on the back of Pichik at the moment, or Ola and Ull. The best names in this category, it seems. Ola and Ull. The noises I make when I sit down after a big meal. They are currently fighting for 14th and 15th. Still good points to be had. And it's good to see a Honda battling an Aston Martin. Mad respect to this guy. Driving a car that is massively hampered in comparison to the other ones. So yeah, the only Honda probably for a million tiers. I don't think... I would actually go out on a limb and say there's less Hondas in this whole league than you can count on one hand.
Yes. Also, we have a new penalty.
We have a new penalty.
McLaren Niels has a 10-second time penalty.
Ooh, now that is going to be spicy. What's that for?
There has been nothing in race control yet. So
okay.
Can the game give 10-second penalties?
No.
No, so it just hasn't flagged up yet.
No, race control are sitting there working hard behind the scenes. But no description to as why yet.
Ull might be going for the move on Ola.
Yep.
No, not quite. You can't really get a move into the chicane. I need to stop hyping up the moves into that corner.
Honestly, I'm questioning why there would be Michael Bay explosions in a racing game. I mean, I guess it could happen in real life. It's very rare, isn't it?
If they put it in the trailers, it'll boost up the sales.
Definitely. At least it would be good publicity, wouldn't it? For all the wrong reasons. Can you imagine if, when they released F1 2021, they tried to recreate all of the action from last year, but just in-game?
Yeah.
That would be quite funny.
I mean, they did that with the old games, didn't they?
Kind of, yeah. Actually, you know what? I think they did.
They did.
Yeah.
Because they had, I think, in 2012, they had Maldonado's crash. 2011 they had Button v Hamilton at China.
Yeah, I think you're right here. Did they have a multi-21, Seb?
I don't think so, no.
Can you imagine
Yeah,
them
and then they just stopped doing it for some reason.
just sitting in like the boardroom going, right guys, there was fire this time. No one's actually wrote fire into the game. I don't think Bernie wants us to. How do we do this?
Meanwhile, Whitehead is getting very close to Weidlich.
He is actually. Luke Whitehead on a really good drive this afternoon. That Ferrari's doing quite well. Porsche, obviously, we did say it was good weather for ducks, but looks like the Ferrari's also doing very well. It's good to see this side of Luke Whitehead. Sorry, they're both LWs. It's quite hard to get your mind around that. He was saying that he's improved quite a lot last time we had a chat with him, and the Ferrari was doing quite well for him. But he's battling with the endurance specialist that is Luca Weidlich.
Oh, off ahead. Is that Connor Wright?
Oh my goodness, yes it is.
Oh no,
it's not.
my opinion is no.
That's
Andy
Lats,
Van der
I
Velde.
think.
I got
Is
too
it?
excited. No, it's Van der
It's
Velde.
Van der Velde. They've all got the same car, so it's either one.
Yes, that's why I got confused.
I did jump to right straight away.
Yeah, it was a very similar colour scheme to Wright. That's why. Yeah, Connor Wright literally has the exact same livery. That's why.
Apparently, it says Cannabeach strikes Fernandez. I didn't see Cannabeach hit anyone at this point, to be fair. Anthony Fernandez is way down.
That must have been a long time ago.
Maybe.
Possibly on that one.
Ooh, going for a look down the straight before the chicane. Typical British weather, this is. It literally is.
Ooh. A little bit of a slide from Whitehead, so...
Who's that ahead that's causing a few issues?
That is Zelch.
Sounds
Zelch down in 29th.
okay. Not having a good afternoon, it seems, Mr. Zelch.
Yeah.
He should pull out of the way shortly. I know blue flags are a little harder to abide by in this game, but it's still quite a way back, it seems. So, but you got a fight going on behind. It's a bit crazy. Yeah, Cannabeach did go down a few positions, so yeah, there might have been an incident there. You're right. Kevin Siclari has jumped him, and Dijon is above. So yeah, there could have been an incident that we missed between Cannabeach and Fernandez. Sorry, boys, we're missing quite a lot this afternoon. Like I said, it's quite hard to focus on where the race is going to be. It's a bit of guesswork here. At the moment, we're guessing and betting on these boys, throwing up a little bit of interesting battles. As Luca Weidlich is struggling to hold on to 4th position, with Luke Whitehead all over the back of him. He might go for a move soon. It's a really good drive off that corner. Oh, good defence there.
There's going to be an incident there.
Well, I think Weidlich kind of just pulled it in, so Luke couldn't get the run off the exit. Forcing him to lift, hampering his drive down here. This is going to be a matter of time, I think, soon. Luke Whitehead going wide through that chicane, though. A bit cheeksy doodle if he goes for the move now.
He's going to be going for the cutback on the exit.
It's a really hard exit to get right, this one. Yeah, Weidlich getting a good drive.
Yeah.
What do you think about the FOV thing? I don't know what you mean, buddy. Is there been a change to the FOV?
Is there?
I don't know. Okay, so the incident with Fernandez with Massand, and it may have just caught up with Cannabeach in some way, but he has fallen down, you're right. We might have to just get a... Yeah, I think so. You're probably right. Weidlich either covering off or having a little bit of a slide. And Luke thinking better of it, not counting his cards. He's got to be careful, though, because he is in the hunt for the championship at the moment, Luke. He's doing very well this season so far, so a good finish here will put him in good stead. He'll be 2nd position, won't he, I think. Connor Wright didn't get a huge amount of points last time out. Nico Solman neither. So yeah, I think the highest scorers here will be Malinowski and Whitehead after this. So he's racing here for 2nd position in the championship at the moment.
Also, there's a 15-second time penalty for car 15.
Ah,
Which is Atta.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm pretty sure they retired a while ago.
Okay.
It was on lap 3, and it was for causing a moderate collision, and it's with 2 license points.
Now, it would be good to know how many license points, if there's any coordinators in the chat, how many license points will get you, say, like a race ban, or will get you a, you know, a quali ban, or something along those lines. What's the penalty for racking up license points? Because I have not been informed of this information. I don't think we can find out that information anywhere. I don't have a list of their penalty points. That's something that's kept separate from us. So yeah, if anyone's got that information, kindly give us a little insight into how that works. If not, I'll find out for you next time, boys. The gap's opened up a little bit now between these boys. Half a second. It was much closer. It seems very hard to stay on the back of someone in these conditions. I guess that's kind of understandable, isn't it?
Yeah, wet. First of all, visibility is going to be a bit impaired, although at least on mine it doesn't look like it's hurting too badly. And also Kleinschmidt was sniffing right in the back of Whitehead at turn 1.
Is that Kleinschmidt in the Audi?
Yes, and that is down in 28. So
he's out of place, bless him. It's a nice paint scheme on Kleinschmidt's car, I must admit.
Kleinschmidt's made a mistake into the chicane that could open it up. Well, first was going to be McIntosh slapping him. And we've got a 5-second penalty for car 999, causing a minor incident on lap 1, turn 11.
That's Danila.
1 license point as well.
Sherapin. Getting a slap on the wrist, it seems. Lap 1 incidents, is it?
Lap 1, but turn 11, so a separate incident from the ones we've mentioned.
Looks like this gap is opening up a little bit. Maybe Luke has managed to find a little bit of pace, a little bit of clean air. He might have been struggling with tyre temps or something. Might have had an incident that just warmed them up or cooled them down or something. Just got out of the groove. He's managed to find it again, putting away a couple of tenths each lap now. So might not see the fireworks with these boys that we thought, but we'll keep an eye on that gap. One person in particular I did want to have a little look at. This man's managed to get himself back up into some contention. Black Goldsaw in 9th position. So he's managed to just get his head down. He was with Chorus earlier. Do you remember when I said there's something happened? Yeah. Chorus all the way down in 18th. So Black Goldsaw managing to put on the pressure. He's behind McLaren Niels now. Yeah, pushing hard.
Doesn't need to get past though. McLaren Niels still has that 10 seconds. Penalty.
Yeah.
But of course, it's always far more rewarding when you actually get the move done on track and don't have it decided by outside sources.
Yeah, no, I agree. Kanabich is trying to make his way past Siclari, sorry, after that incident that put him down a good few positions. We'll keep an eye on Luke Whitehead's gap. It's actually closed up again, 3 tenths now. Might be worth us hopping back because it is for a higher position. As much as I like watching Black Goldsaw overtaking McLaren Niels, a fight involving Luca Weidelich, though, is not to be sniffed at. So we will stay on board with these boys for a couple more laps. See if anything goes down. It's actually opened up to half a second now, unfortunately, as we move over. Don't think he's going to be able to do anything here.
No, not yet.
Let's just hop down to Black Goldsaw, see what's happening there. We'll keep you updated on that time. Distance now between Black Goldsaw is 420. Yeah, boy. In between him and McLaren Niels. Luke Whitehead is 460, so not quite as memey.
It's really a question of wait for the car ahead to make a mistake, glide past, and then just try and defend it.
Yep. Ooh, little mistake from Black Goldsaw, the boat being exactly what it's pronounced as. Black Goldsaw needs to saw through the opposition. Indeedy. He does. There's a bit of a recovery drive here. I think he's Dutch.
I can check.
99% sure he's Dutch.
Goldsaw.
Yeah.
Goldsaw is Dutch.
He is Dutch. So
So just to note, there are only 5.5 minutes left. So those in battles
Yes.
don't have much time left to get their moves. And also we've got several new incidents, not all being penalties. Racing incident between, oh lord, this is the list. 23, 38, 98, 66, 58, 142, 13, 411, and 298.
Lap 1, by any
All
chance?
on lap 1,
Yeah.
turn 1 to 2.
Yeah.
And that's all been classed as a racing incident.
I think it's just easier at that point, isn't it?
Yeah. Lap 3, turn 11, racing incident between 22 and 72. Then a penalty, 10-second for 999, causing moderate collision. Lap 1, turn 9. Oh, and there's a tap between Whitehead and Weidlich. As Weidlich gets past, he waits.
Oh, Weidlich just getting it back on the track.
And look, that's let McIntosh get in front. And I think Whitehead wanted to let Weidlich back through. But Weidlich got a kick on the rear end, so Whitehead had to get a move on. Otherwise, McIntosh was going to get past the both of them.
Yeah, we wanted to do a gentleman thing. To be honest, even though you've been passed by someone, you caused that. You should still do the gentleman thing and
It
let
did
them
look
pass.
like he was trying to. Oh! Weidlich has tapped the back of McIntosh. That could have very easily been a big incident.
Managed to
Things
get
are really
himself
heating
through.
up with only 4 minutes to go.
Yeah. Looks like he's got the job down in the really hard end of the track.
Yeah, but McIntosh has the inside line.
He does. Luca's got a car width, though.
Uses it. Oh!
Where is a tap? And some rubbing.
That was a little bit aggressive, but I don't think it was totally illegal. Didn't force him off the track or anything, but that will not make Weidlich happy in the slightest.
Yeah. I think there's probably going to be some conversations for the stewards to be having involving Luke. Unfortunately, I don't know. We were inside the car when it happened, so it did look like Luke didn't want to touch him. I don't think there was any malice in that position where it happened. It's a very hard corner to take 2 cars through. And yeah, Luke Weidlich has paid the price, unfortunately. He's lost 2 positions because of it, which is a little bit annoying, but what can you do? I didn't actually realise we only had 5 minutes left. That's how quickly this race has gone. There's been action throughout the whole grid. Good stuff there. And Black Gold Saw is still 5/10 back. He doesn't have to do anything at this point, like you say. So maybe he's just thinking, look, I'm just going to sit where I am and see what happens.
Oh, McIntosh! He went on the grass, nearly spun himself. Well caught it, to be fair, but that has let Weidlich back through.
Now, at this point, do you think Luke would let Weidlich get the place back to save himself a penalty?
Possibly.
Down the straight.
There is technically just about a gap.
I mean, it would save him from getting... But he's doing it. I think he's doing it.
Yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, he's doing it. Wanted to do it earlier, but obviously didn't want to give the place up to McIntosh.
This is really good racing here. Really good stuff to see.
Respect.
Yeah, well done, Luke. But he won't give him too much.
McIntosh is right on him.
He's gonna go racing with him now. They've got a couple more laps. He's gonna try and get it back on track. This is what we want to see. Now we've got Ryan in the mix too. Let's stay on board with Luca on the fail cam.
McIntosh will want both of those positions.
Saved himself a penalty there, I think, Luke.
Definitely.
Good
and
stuff.
A bit of general racers respect.
Yeah, good stuff. Obviously, these boys know each other quite well. They've been racing for a long time together. They know what's right and what's wrong. And I think he meant to... that's an in-game way of saying sorry, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So, while they carry on the battle, to go through the penalties so, car 999 got another penalty, a 10-second one this time. With 2 license points. That's a moderate collision, lap 1, turn 9.
That's Danila.
Yeah. And then another incident involving 999, but that was a racing incident, but a warning for dangerous driving. So pretty much a black and white flag. Then a 10-second time penalty for car 9 for causing a moderate collision on lap 29, turn 8. 2 license points. And that was between 9, 93 and 78.
Jeez, that's Canna Beach. 93, that's a little bit further down than I can see. 78 as well, can't see. There must be a little bit further down.
Yeah.
93 is Anthony Fernandez.
So that would have been that incident that they were on about in chat.
Yeah. Fernandez, Canna Beach, and is it 78, Masand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the incident then that happened. And it was Canna Beach that got the seconds for that.
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
10 seconds. And then 5-second penalty for car 144 for causing a minor collision on lap 30, and that comes with the license plate, and that was with car 21, which is Dennis Latz.
Okay. Well, there is still a fight going on ahead, but we have got a fight here with Cannabeach, Ciclari, and Vanbrugh kind of heating up. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on here. Right, so leader is on the last lap. I don't know whereabouts he is, but he's on the last lap, I think. He's actually coming around the last corner, so that's very boring. Connor Wright still following him. Nico Solman going through the chicane here. Ah, well, we've got the first strike on the board for Mr. Tortellini himself. He is one step closer, excuse the pun, to the socks. And he's, coming across the line. P1, job done for him. I don't think we're going for one more, are we? I think that's probably it. Champagne time. Yes, crossing the line.
Unless there's
P1.
a big shocker at the last corner. But it doesn't look like that will be happening. Devon Latz is caught up to that fight for fourth. Nico Solomon has secured third place after a masterclass strategy. Bidding on lap 1, do the rest of the race, get some clean air, and you've got yourself a podium. Very well done. And then it's Weidlich from Whitehead, from McIntosh, from Latz. And then McLaren Niels will come through in 8th, but he's going to lose that position to Goldsaw. So he'll actually take 8th. And then I believe Vulcan is over 10 seconds time McLaren Niels. So McLaren Niels will only lose one place. Kevin Leon right on the back of Vulcan. So he's gained a few positions after his incidents during the race. Then Dominic Goltz in 12th. Danilo Serebian in 13th, but 15-second penalty, so I believe we'll lose 14th and 15th. Sorry, yes, 14th and 15th. Speaking of, that is Ule Picic and Nico Ul from 15th, 16th. Is Andrade, then Hubert Simanti, who was actually leading the race for a little bit, going very long in that first, and they end up in 17th. Valentin Koristan in 18th, Dujan Militek in 19th, Scolari 20th, Massand 21st, Sodgrosa 22nd, Vambra, Fernandez, Cannabeach, Martinez, Foch, Zelch, Kleinschmidt. Then there's Darren King down in 30th, a fourth race compared to last season. Then Sones, Fly, Vandervelde, Veerman, Hardenberg, and then the new man Aita, who didn't have a great race. Merles Prendergast down in 38th. I believe getting a stop-go 30 at the end. By the looks of it.
I think that was self-imposed.
Possibly.
Stop goes. It's normally for speeding in the pit lane. So he must have come in at the beginning and just got a bit overzealous.
And we already have people ready for interviews.
Interesting. I want to have a little chat with some of these boys because we missed a little bit of the action that happened on track. So let's see who we have. Right, we've got Tortellini. It's Malinowski himself. Almost seemed easy. Let's see how it went for him.
And new championship leader.
Yes. So, Season 7's going all right?
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah. I think you're now leading the championship, my friend.
I don't know what are the standings. I'm gonna check it out, everything after the race. But yeah, I'm definitely so happy with how it went.
Yeah.
There was an objective, and objective has been achieved because today after practice I saw the pace, I saw what the car is capable of, and I just set myself for the win. So I just did that. The race was amazing. The car was so enjoyable to drive. So I was just driving, getting faster every lap with less fuel. Just enjoying the car on the track.
You almost made it look easy. You're pulling away from Connor Wright at the beginning, just driving away from it. It doesn't look like they had anything to kind of offer. A lot of your competitors, or nearest competitors, all had incidents this race, so really good to get those points in.
I saw at the beginning Kevin had some issues because he pitted on first lap, and it wasn't only like strategic call to pit on lap 1, I think, because he was already in front of me. So the pit stop won't lose you entire lap, and he after pit stop was right in front of me on opening laps after he did the pit stop. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what happened to Kevin exactly, Ciclari, but he definitely had some issues on lap 1, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But from my side, from championship point of view, strong Porsche track somewhere at the beginning of the season, I think. So yeah, I'm going for a push for the championship right now, and then there will be more track with trying to hang in there with the Porsche. But the championship will be very balanced in terms of different cars working there and there. But also, the weather will spice things up.
Yeah, you made hay whilst you got the opportunity. You can't really turn something down like that, But to be fair, I think you won the race. I know obviously the race is an hour long, but you absolutely classed the field, gapping them by, I think, towards the end, obviously a huge gap. But the main gap that I thought was so interesting, you had nearly 4 tenths on your nearest competitor in qualifying. So,
Yeah, the lap in qualifying. The qualifying here is all about making sure that you carry a lot of speed through sector 1 without getting a weird snap. And then if you can put it together, it's also a bit of luck. I mean, it's hard to call it luck, but going and literally yeeting the car through the chicane is really, really difficult, especially on entry when the cars just like to snap and there are some undulations, and then the whole chicane is also a bit bouncy.
Yeah. It's hard to yeet it through there without getting the invalidation, isn't it?
It's definitely a track that's really, really hard to put the lap together.
Yeah, especially in the rain.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kevin Ciclari, that is, got caught up with a lap 1 incident, as did a lot of the grid. I would say maybe 1/3 of the grid towards maybe about 15th back, all got in quite a spicy incident at the beginning. So it threw a lot of people curveballs, but one person who did very well to get out of the way of it was Nico Solman, pitting on the first lap and coming through from 6th, I think, up to 3rd. Did a really good job, but Black Goldsaw getting caught up as well at the beginning, but manages to finish 7th. But still, like I said, make the most opportunities you can at the beginning, and you get yourself as many points as you can when the track maybe comes away from you a little bit with the balance of power for the Porsche later.
Yeah, Nico had a good strategy. He pit in, like you said, he pitted lap 1. I was in comms with Luca Valli.
Yeah.
Luca was actually surprised that Nico jumped us all.
Yeah.
And we had quite a nice pace up front, and he was P6. But on those opening laps when our tires were up to pressure with wets, it takes really 5 laps, and also it took a few laps for the standing water that dropped on the track between qualifying and the race. So it took a few laps to generate that dry air line, and when we were still battling for those opening laps, Nico just probably gained a lot of positions, and ultimately he had also a lot of pace. So there's another P3 for the Porsche.
Well, I think Nico was the 3rd fastest lap. Main thing to take away as well, you were fastest lap by nearly half a second.
Like I told you, I was just enjoying the car, enjoying the track. Car felt nice. I just took wet setup. Took dry setup, some adjustments to it. It felt nice, so I just focused on the driving and just did what was it? Probably an hour practice overall.
Oh wow!
And
so almost no practice at all. Come away with a win, a commanding win.
For me, it's actually quite a lot.
Well done, Malinowski, Mr. Tortellini himself, coming in and absolutely smashing it. Thanks very much for joining us, buddy. Best of luck on the practice for next week. I can't remember where we are, but I'm sure it'll be a good race.
I'm gonna actually check it so I can tell you.
We are Barcelona.
What I can check. Oh, Barcelona, another nice track that I like.
Yeah, well there you go. Yeah. Well, best of luck on the practice, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hey, it's Mr. Connor Wright, 2nd place man this afternoon. You did a good job, man, keeping up with Mr. Tortellini himself.
Indeed.
That was a good race to watch.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. I think I got lucky on the quali. There were definitely guys that would have been quicker than I went. I think maybe traffic played a part. I don't know how busy it was. I decided to not go out the pits straight away and wait for all the cars to go out, which worked quite well. And then, good start to the race. I think the traffic really helped me. That was there early, helped me build a bit of a buffer. And then, just carried on.
I mean, you and Malinowski seemed to run away, and then unfortunately Malinowski just seemed to put a little bit of a gap.
When you've got a track that the Porsche is good at, I think there's only one guy that's going to win, isn't there?
Yeah, no, he gave a little bit of a masterclass in qualifying. He came away with the win, and also the fastest lap. So we got all 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you maximised your points considering you had, a wizard at the wheel in front of you. So I think that's pretty damn good. Coming off of last weekend as well, 2nd place, and then 2nd place again.
Yeah. I don't know which one was better, the Rati or this. I'm not sure.
Well, you don't want to earn yourself a reputation for coming second. But maybe, hopefully, later on in the season, get that conversion and get it up to a race win. But still, it's all good points. I think that'll put you in good stead in the championship. I'm not entirely sure exactly where. Whereabouts did you finish last week?
7th, I think.
Okay, so it's going to help you hopefully get into the top 3, maybe top 4. So yeah, we'll keep an eye. Next week we said we were in Barcelona, so that should be good fun.
Yeah.
How does that go?
Bit of a Porsche track because the last sector, getting out those tight corners, obviously it's really good on acceleration, but then also the Aston's good in the mid-speed corners that you need the downforce for. So it's I mean, like today there was areas of the track where the Porsche was really strong in the last sector, and then the mid sector that I could gain on Tortellini quite a lot just because the Aston's good through those mid-speed corners, and I guess you kind of got the same thing in Barcelona as well.
Yeah. Well, I doubt there's rain in Barcelona.
I don't know. I think I want rain, really.
Yeah? Do you think it might even the playing field a bit more?
Oh, yeah. I think rain's becoming my thing.
Yeah. Well, it looks that way. Hopefully, it's we see it made the action kind of a little bit sporadic. Right, when it's dry, you get people following, and then overtaking.
Yeah.
But it's so much harder to keep that gap, close following in the wet. It's overtaking is a completely different kettle of fish. There were some really good fights going on behind you guys. I know, obviously, you really had a bit of a boring race running away with it.
But that's the way I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you the points, doesn't it? And, hopefully next time Barcelona we see another good showing. So thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to speak to the controller wizard next.
Yeah, all right.
All right, see you soon.
Bye.
And it's Mr. Black Goldsaw himself. What went wrong? You seem to have an incident at the beginning. There was also an incident in the middle that we didn't see, but you did pull it back for 7th position.
Yeah, in the first lap, in the second to last corner, I got spun around.
Mm-hmm.
That same lap in the last corner, I got spun around again.
Oh, no.
So I was like P20 or P23, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to pit immediately in lap 1, but I got blocked by Fernandez in the Bentley. Apologies to him, by the way. I didn't see him. So he had to brake on the straight. No contact. But I'm just happy I got back to P8, I see.
Was it
in the end?
I thought it was P7, but yeah, you could be right for P8. So there wasn't any contact after your pit stop? There wasn't any incidents after that?
No, just in the first lap in the last 2 corners.
Because we saw you come out of the pit somewhere close. So I must have got it wrong then. Because obviously Nico Solman came in first lap and got really good advantage for doing so. But he obviously didn't get caught up in anything. And you were roughly around the same kind of place as Chorus, I think, by the time you'd pitted. But Chorus ended up way, way back down the grid.
Yeah, Chorus was 4 seconds in front of me after lap 2. And from there, I had pretty decent race pace. So, it showed off. Just a shame it got spun around.
Yeah. Well, you could have been a threat to the guys at the top, if considering. I was quite surprised to see you come back as far as you did after what happened on lap 1. But we did notice that the undercut was definitely a different strategy, but obviously yours was a little bit forced. But never mind.
Yeah,
I mean,
it seems to work in the wet here because
yeah,
Porsches ahead, they accelerate so fast out of the corners. So when you get held up in the middle of in the last sector, it's free lap time,
Yeah. Well, how well is the Bentley round Barcelona?
It's pretty decent actually. I still think Porsche is a little bit faster, but that's Malinowski. He's in the league of his own. But it's not bad. It's I think a top 3 car for sure. The McLaren as well, top 3. So,
do you think you got enough to beat Malinowski next week?
No comment.
I mean, you're like Ciclari was nowhere this week. Kevin just unfortunately got yeeted off halfway through the lap, and lap 1 as well, and it took him ages to join back into the track, and I think he had some issues as well later on in the race. So yeah, he wasn't unfortunately as much as a threat. I think he finished down in 20th or even a little bit further back because people have left. But Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess he's your benchmark, isn't he? Because he's in the same car.
Yeah, Glorious. He's an alien, so he's the one to beat this season for sure.
Yeah. Well, someone's got to do something about this Tortellini guy, man. Someone's got to stop him, or he's going to run away. He had a bit of a bad week last week, but he's made good. He got literally the hat trick. He got the fastest lap, the win, and the qualifying. But yeah, I think great recovery drive to get yourself into P8. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. GG to the podium, by the way. Nice drive.
Who got the podium? Oh, Nico Solman.
Solman, right, and Tortellini.
Yeah, well, Solman did an absolutely amazing job. Pitting on lap 1, managed to overtake Luke and Weidelich. They got embroiled in a battle further on. But yeah, Connor Wright had a really good race, managed to run away at the beginning. But yeah, GG's to all of them. Thanks for jumping in, Mr. Saw, as always.
Yes, thank you, guys.
No problem. I'm sure we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.
See you later. So, that was race 2. Anything to end on?
It was a very nice wet race. Hopefully the next one is dry. Don't know why I'm saying I'm not driving.
I mean, it always throws up good racing when it's dry, and it always throws up good racing when it's wet. I think maybe in like other kind of disciplines, it's everyone sees wet race and like, okay, well, Formula 1 isn't exactly as exciting, is it? But I think this is just as exciting. Yeah. Yeah, I think it helps other cars come into the fray a little bit more. I think we'll end it there. Thanks everyone for jumping in, appreciate it. Everyone in the chat for staying with us for the hour and a bit. We will be back tomorrow for Tier 2, and we'll see what those boys can throw up. Whether some of these boys can come back and claim the top spot again. What do we get in Paul Ricard? Who's I can't see their actual names because they've got all their nicknames up here. The winners of last time in Tier 2. Just got Jack, but that definitely isn't his in-game name. We'll see them tomorrow at least. Join us at 7:30 for that, same time, same place, and we'll go racing again around a very wet Donington Park. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.